For the very latest, let's go to Brussels. Our correspondent Dave Keating is standing by. And Dave, the EU has now published that contract that it made with AstraZeneca. What exactly does it tell us?
Well, there's a lot of redactions in here, particularly on the exact amount of doses that AstraZeneca was supposed to deliver, and of course the prices that it paid. But there's two key elements here that do seem to back up the Commission side of this that haven't been redacted. One is that the UK facilities are mentioned in this contract as being part of the 4 facilities that will deliver the order to the to the EU rather. And the other clause that the EU side is pointing to is 13.E, in which AstraZeneca has stated to the Commission that it is not under any obligation, contractual or otherwise, to any person or third party that would prevent it from delivering on its agreement with the EU. In other words, the fact that AstraZeneca signed a contract with the UK 2 months before it signed the contract with the EU does not allow AstraZeneca to give the UK preference. It is the so-called first come, first served butcher's shop approach that EU Health Commissioner Stella Kyriakides was talking about earlier this week. They're saying that this clause in the contract shows that if AstraZeneca has done that, that is a contract violation. So we're waiting to hear kind of AstraZeneca's side of this. The essential accusation from the Commission is that AstraZeneca gave away doses that should have been for the EU to the UK in the last weeks. That's why we saw investigators converge on the AstraZeneca facility here in Belgium on Wednesday. They're looking to find out exactly what happened here if some of those doses left that facility in the EU and went to the UK. At the same time, we're expecting in just about an hour the Commission to come out with a proposal for export restrictions that could actually block AstraZeneca from sending doses produced in the EU outside of the EU if it hasn't met all of its commitment under its EU contract.
So a pretty nasty spat going on, Dave, and all of this has been happening when the EU hasn't even granted approval to the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine for use. We are expecting that later today, but what explains the delay?
Well, the fact that that approval was scheduled for today is what kind of kicked off this whole fight, because AstraZeneca had to say about a week ago in anticipation of this approval that we will not be able to give the full amount of doses that we had planned to the EU in the initial weeks of its approval. It may be that AstraZeneca was thinking approval would come later. AstraZeneca, in fact, did not apply for approval to the EU until January 12th, which is strange because it applied for approval in the UK on December 23rd. Now, I'm hearing all kinds of different explanations about why that request for approval came so late. It may be that the EMA, the EU Medicines Agency, was telling them they needed to hold off on approval until they got more documentation. It's a bit unclear. But what is really uncertain now is whether AstraZeneca has provided enough information for a full approval from the EMA today. It may be that they only approve this drug for people under 65.
Dave, thank you very much indeed. Dave Keating there with the very latest from Brussels.